What's up, guys? This is Chris from Hair Loss from Steroids, and long time no see. I felt it was, a pretty good idea to do a video for this channel and try to do a little bit every once in a while. Most of my time, as you know, is spent with my other communities, that being Good Looking Loser, Get a Life, and that kind of stuff too. So those are where the majority of my hours go, and you guys are welcome to check that out. Come on the forum, say hi, and really ask. That's probably the best place to find me, because I'm really not around this YouTube channel anymore. But my recommendations for the past 18, 20 months, they haven't changed. It's the same thing today. Lipogain, right? Azelaic acid, minoxidil. That's what Lipogain is. Finasteride, generic finasteride works fine too. Ketoconazole shampoo, which can be Region Pure, Revita, or the Big 3 shampoo by Lipogain, which I actually feel is the best one. So, but really any of those will work, and those recommendations haven't changed in a while, and I don't see them changing at all, because they seem to dramatically, slow down the process and even perhaps regrow hair if it was coming out at a fast rate. Stabilize the situation is what you're looking for. One thing I was curious about, because I really do love this compound, apple cider vinegar, right? Get this thing turned around the right way. Apple cider vinegar, I really do like the compound. I made this little drink, I did a video on that too. It's cinnamon, apple cider vinegar, stevia, and ginger. It keeps your blood sugar low, low, low. And we even wrote an article about the thing on Get a Life. After we published that article, though, somebody came by and said, you should check out apple cider vinegar for hair loss. I don't think he knew I had this channel on it and all the years I put into researching it and trying different things and stuff like that. But I'm skeptical of any natural treatment. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't affect DHT, it's not going to do a hell of a lot of something. It's ridiculous how things get touted for different ailments when they have no effect whatsoever on the hormones that are the catalyst for them. So apple cider vinegar does not affect DHT, but I said, what the hell, I'll give it a try. Now, since earlier this year, I have been consuming a lot of apple cider vinegar orally, okay, in these drinks, and then just about everything else we can put it in, like just have a lot of this stuff on a daily basis. So I would have noticed if it cut down hair shedding, hair loss, the normal kind of hair fall and stuff like that, and it didn't, not orally. But what this guy was suggesting is put it on your head in the shower, and I thought that was interesting. Okay, we'll give it a try, because the whole thing on apple cider vinegar got started because back in 2005 I had these warts that would just not go away. We're not talking genital warts. One was on my finger, I think I got it from the gym, and one was on my quad. And I had tried everything at the time, freezing them, like literally cutting them off myself with a blade. And the Dr. Scholl's, in like the over-the-counter stuff is so bad. Nothing worked. Like nothing worked until I happened to like randomly find on the internet to put apple cider vinegar on it, wrap it in duct tape and a cotton ball, and they will go away. And sure enough, they did go away, and they never came back. My doctor explained to me why that was, and it was interesting, and it's definitely a legit treatment. So I was like, okay, what the hell, we'll try it for hair loss. And so this is how my little experiment went. Okay, normally in the early months of June, probably right into the middle of July, and this has been happening ever since I can remember, I lose more hair in the shower. I just seem to shed more then. Okay, so in that period of time, if something else was working, to stop hair loss or to slow it down or whatever, I would probably notice less hair loss in that period of time. Now, I put apple cider vinegar in a shampoo bottle, an old shampoo bottle, with water. So it was mainly water, but a lot of apple cider vinegar, and I mean a significant amount, because I wanted to see if this shit was going to work, in a shampoo bottle. And before I shampooed my hair, I would literally spray this thing all over my head and leave it on there for a good 5 or 10 minutes, okay? Really wanted to see if it worked, got it in there. My whole face and scalp and shower smelled like apple cider vinegar. And then I would just go and normally shampoo thereafter. Okay, so that period in the start of June, the middle of July, when I usually see a lot of shedding, still got that shedding. Nothing changed. So from there, I figured apple cider vinegar wasn't really doing too much. Okay, and I did give it a good, I think, up until 6 weeks. But the people that claim that apple cider vinegar topically could prevent hair loss, like they all seem, and congratulations if it worked, you know, or if it does work for you. The stuff is cheap enough, it's good stuff. You might as well try it. It didn't do anything for me, and I don't think it'll do a lot for a whole lot of other people because it doesn't address DHT, which is the cause of hair loss. Okay, largely the cause, especially male pattern baldness, DHT. If something doesn't affect that, it's not going to affect hair loss. So after that little trial, I figured, yeah, it's not really doing much at all, but my shedding naturally starts to slow down. I guess at the start of August. I mean, it's so imperfect with these type of things that I have been using it the past few weeks, and again, I've seen no difference whatsoever. I think it's a great compound. It's certainly, I mean, the fact that it can be used for a plethora of good things. Keeping your blood sugar low, possibly keeping your skin in good shape. A lot of things it can be used for. I actually squirt it on my, I have it in a squirt bottle, I squirt it on my face. You know, it's mixed with water. It gets all the oil off your face, your skin feels great. But for hair loss, that's a negative. Topically, I've tried it, doesn't work. Orally, I've tried it, no significant difference whatsoever. You know, there's no harm in trying it. This thing is like, you know, $6. My advice would be to just put it in a shampoo bottle, fill it up with mostly water, dump it on your head before you shampoo, let it sit on there for a good 5 or 10 minutes. The thing is, if you're using the ketoconazole shampoo and you're trying to use the apple cider vinegar thing, I guess you could mix them together, but you know, you would want to put apple cider vinegar on your head for a good like 5-10 minutes, let it get in, and then use the ketoconazole for a good 5-10 minutes. You know, I don't know how much time you have, right? So you could give it a try. You know, you can pick stuff up. You can just use it in beverages and salads and stuff like that. Anyway, it's good stuff. But for hair loss, if you're wondering, in my opinion, in my experience, not gonna do a hell of a lot. The stuff that I do feel does hell of a lot is obviously below my recommendations. Links over to hair loss from steroids. If you have questions about it, you probably better off hitting me up on Good Looking Loser. But yeah, I mean, they haven't changed. The stuff goes great. I like, people tell me all the time that it's like it dramatically, like, the stuff works even better than I thought it did for the average person. Because when I started with the recommendations, lipogain, finasteride, that kind of stuff, I was still juicing, you know, so it slowed down hair loss, but it didn't completely prevent it. At this point, I mean, can you tell, like, I'm a little not really juicing anymore? For most guys, it completely knocks out hair loss. And yeah, that's one thing you're going to want to do, is get stability around it, and maybe in the future think of like a hair restoration procedure or whatever. But the idea is to, you know, stop the loss as soon as you possibly can. And the recommendations as of summer 2013 are the same as they were since the summer of 2012. Lipogain, finasteride, ketoconazole shampoo will do you a lot of good. Unfortunately, apple cider vinegar isn't going to work for this kind of stuff, but you know, no harm in trying.